If you're starting out in data-related work and wondering which aspect of databases you should focus on, I would suggest ETL and data engineering. Why, you ask? In today's AI-powered world, generative AI could be used to do amazing things like generate SQL code, write stored procedures, create tables, indexes, and the typical database work. However, ETL is a bit more involved and requires more thought and on-the-fly critical thinking. This is a part of the data engineering work that makes ETL work strong. Welcome. My name is Dr. Obi Obanafe. I worked as an ETL developer and also managed an ETL team before I moved to academia. Today, I teach a data warehousing class where I introduce the topic of ETL development. I added this section in the course because I could not imagine teaching a data warehousing class without demonstrating the process by which data moves from source to the data warehouse. In business intelligence architecture, ETL sits in the middle between the source data and destination database. ETL plays a major role because it enables organizations to integrate and prepare data from different data sources into a destination so that it could be used for analysis or decision making. So who is the ETL developer and what do they do in the organization? ETL developers are responsible for creating the processes that copy and move data from different sources to designated destinations. ETL is part of data engineering, which is also part of the bigger business intelligence or data warehouse architecture. To better understand the role of ETL developers in a larger business intelligence landscape, take a look at this picture. This image shows the business intelligence architecture, also known as data warehouse architecture, which is a framework that supports the collection, storage, and analysis of data, transforming it into actionable insights for business decision-making. A typical BI architecture includes 4 main components. The first is the data sources. These are the origins of data, which can be internal, like a transactional database, the CRM systems, or ERP systems. Data sources can also be external, such that it's coming from external sources like social media, like public databases, or even Excel files from outside the organization. The second component is the data integration layer. This is the ETL layer. This layer consolidates data from various sources. It involves processes for extracting the data from the sources, which requires permission to access the source data. It also involves transforming the data. This is where the ETL developer spends the most amount of their time trying to write scripts or to develop processes to clean the data, format the data, deduplicate the data, and other transformations that one needs to do to ensure the data is ready for the destination. The last part of the ETL process is the loading. This involves placing the transformed data into the designated destination database. I know I had too many D's there. Designated destination database. Well, bear in mind that the destination is usually a database of some sort, but it doesn't always have to be a database. It could be something else. It could be a file. It could be another system. The third layer is the data storage layer. This is typically the destination, which could include the data warehouse, data marts, or data lakes. These destinations store integrated historical data in a structured manner to support querying and data analysis. The fourth layer is the data presentation. The primary focus for this layer is to deliver insights to end users through reports, through dashboards, and visualization, ensuring that the information that came from the source through the ETL to the destination database is actionable, it's understandable, and people have something they can use in making a decision in the organization. So the ETL developer often sits in the second layer, as you can see. Because ETL is the backbone of data integration in BI architecture, it makes sense that the ETL developer is a support for that backbone and ensures that data from various sources is accurately and efficiently prepared for analysis, ultimately enabling business decision making. Now, what are the tools that an ETL developer must know for them to be able to do their jobs and do it well? So the ETL developer must know SQL, that's a given, must know Python, and has to be very familiar with ETL platforms like SQL Server Integration Services, SSIS, and Informatica. There's another tool called Talent Open Studio, and it is free, it is open source, but my personal favorite, and it's just because I've used it for several years, is SQL Server Integration Services. So that's SSIS. It is part of the Microsoft SQL Server Business Intelligence suite of products. And so you can download the developer edition for free. You can see the link in the description below. So if you're starting out in data, whether it's in data analysis, database development, and just you're in the area of data and you're wondering which aspect of databases should you focus on, I would suggest ETL and data engineering. Stay tuned for my next video on how to become an ETL developer from scratch. Thanks. Don't forget to subscribe.